Clash Royale just released 10,000 trophies, and I'm going to show you how I got there using one of my favorite decks in the game, 2.9 Balloon Cycle. We'll be going over a bunch of different matchups, where I'll share my thought process and reasoning, and the plays I made so you can get an idea of how to play this deck in your own games. My name is... Welcome to my channel, and let's get right into the action. Alright, so starting off, our first match of the day is going to be against some Midladder nonsense, as you might expect, which is a recurring theme for the rest of this video. I usually like to start off by spinning my skeletons up high, usually just in case they princess the bridge or something, or they play wall breakers. I also like to play miner on the tower just to see what they have or see how they respond with. Okay, they play battle ram at the bridge, just go bomb tower. Should be an easy defense. Bar barrel just to get rid of the execution. Unfortunately, it does splash onto the tower, but you know, we'll survive. Alright, so cannon cart, play musky in the back, yeah. Just slow roll the defense. I think here he plays boss bandit at the bridge, yeah. Just basically just tanking for your musketeer. It's very, very important in this deck to protect your musketeer on offense and on defense, because it's one of the few cards in your deck that can get eternal value, it can get a lot of value and allow you to counter push or allow you to make some plays that you wouldn't normally be able to if it wasn't alive. Right, so just reset, probably just cycle. Okay, I thought I would cycle Snowball, cycle Musketeer because he played minions in the pack. Let's just see what he has. Battle Ram. I think here I didn't want to play Bomb Tower just in case he had some random card. Yeah, I think I go Snowball. And this is something, if you can, try to defend without using your Bomb Tower and your Musketeer. Like either use one or the other because they're the two main defensive resources that you have. So if you use both of them and then just say play hog on the other side, you're in a bit of trouble, unfortunately. So I believe, yeah, here I go Balloon, just because I know he didn't have minions in cycle, and if he had Executioner, my Musketeer would be able to deal with it quite well. And I also just wanted to see what he has. Something I usually do is just try and basically just play a naked Balloon sometimes just to see how they respond with. Here I go Miner to take out the cannon cart and to protect my Musketeer. Like I said, protecting Musketeers is important. Skeletons to distract the boss bandit. Here I have to play the bomb tower just because it's an evil battle ram, otherwise I wouldn't be able to take it out. And yeah, the name of the game against this matchup really is just distracting the boss bandit and the battle ram and the cannon cart. Here I go Balloon because again I have a counter pushing Musketeer. Probably gonna play Executioner, yeah. Just Snowball. This is a useful tip to have or to know about. Always, and actually got me a hit there. If you can, try and snowball the what's it called? The defensive troops or the air countering troops away from the balloon, especially if it's closer to the bridge, because then you can just distract it much easier, and that does give us a connection, and that ultimately wins us the game, and the miner takes out the tower. Okay, on to the next matchup. Let's see, probably cycle miner at the tower or snowball, either or works. Looks like I'm hovering snowball. Okay, now I do go miner. Vox in the back. I have this unfortunate luck where whenever I play miner, they always manage to choose the correct lane. Unfortunately, they never go opposite lane. But anyway, Musketeer in the back. Just set up our defense. Probably go like skeleton. Ooh, okay, I don't remember what I did. Skeletons, yeah, and then bar barrel to take out the. Maybe in hindsight, maybe I should have just played the snowball instead of the ice golem, or played the ice golem second. But you know, okay, bar barrel and snowball to take out the graveyard. Ideally, you'd like to use your miner on defense instead of both your spells, because the miner actually hits pretty quickly, and it does a good job at taking out the graveyard skeletons. But you know, anyway, use the miner at the back of the tower to protect the Musketeer, and gets us a lot of damage at the on the bowler rather. Okay, set up our bomb tower. Yeah, just distract him and let the bomb tower do its job. Nothing special here. There is a way you can activate your king tower with the bowler in this matchup, or just against bowlers in general. And I do have a short about it in case you want to have a look at it. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it here. Okay, yeah, he used my evil muskie to take out the... Because, yeah, I knew he was going to go in for a graveyard, so I just used my muskie to take out the tank as quickly as possible, and then it's going to help clean up the graveyard skeletons. Okay, again, I have a counter-pushing musketeer. We're about even on elixir. He just wasted, like, basically 10 elixir. I play my miner there in case he wanted to Inferno Tower on the balloon. So that way it would distract the balloon, but it didn't matter here because he played it in the back, and he has freeze for some reason. So luckily he used it on defense, so now it won't surprise me in the future. I play my musketeer like far enough away so that I wouldn't get pulled in by the Valknado. And then obviously again just continuously protecting my musketeer. That's a common theme that you're gonna see throughout this video and for every other video I play on this deck or make on this deck. Okay, I tried to time, unfortunately I think I played it a bit too late. If I timed it properly I think I would have gotten a hit there. But yeah, I knew he was gonna play something at the bridge to distract or protect his executioner and to try and take out my musketeer. So an ice golem, evil musk in the back just to take out the Inferno Dragon. And yeah, just set up with a bomb tower. Take out the great. Yeah, the main trick. I knew he was gonna go. Even though I knew he was gonna go freeze there, it didn't really matter because I knew I had snowball to take out the skeletons, and he didn't really have a tank, and he's not really playing this too well. I just go again. I have a counter pushing musketeer. Just go on offense with it. And they get a hit out of it. Musketeer just gets you a lot of value, especially if it's off of a counter push, because it's basically a free musketeer. Again, I just set up another musketeer going on offense. This time I do snowball the Inferno Dragon just so I can reset it. He's probably got a NATO, if I had to guess. Oh no, okay, he doesn't have it. And then I just get a hit. He plays the Executioner too late, and that's that. On to the next match. Let's see, just play skeletons probably. Yeah. Miner, yeah. This is something I usually go miner on the side where I have one skeleton, because a lot of the times they just play something into the lane where they do have two skeletons. That way you just force out more elixir, potentially force out more elixir. But yeah, Barbell kill the bandit and force something out. That's what I was trying to say. He has evil Xe. I just cycle muskie in the back. Probably gonna protect it with a ice golem if I remember correctly. Yeah, there we go. Just takes it out. I don't actually remember what this matchup was. Okay, boss bandit. This miner to... I'm not sure about that miner. Maybe could have played it a bit better. Probably a bit too aggressive, but... Yeah, we just play miner to try and get some damage on the musketeer the boss bandit while I can. And yeah, bomb tower for the ram rider, and then evil skellies for the boss bandit. And that's why we cycle evil skeletons as early as possible, because you get to your evil sooner, and then you have a better chance of defending whatever it is they play. Okay, so resetting. Actually, cycle snowball maybe. You could play miner on the tower. You could play ice golem in the middle. Okay, I play ice golem in the middle. Let's see where he plays. Bandit. Okay, so just miner opposite lane. He plays guards. I do have a bit of an awkward cycle. I think I'd leak a bit of elixir here. I probably should have... Yeah, okay, now yeah. I played the musketeer first, just so I can get to... so I could cycle back to it faster on the next sort of set of interactions. But yeah, anyway. Skeletons to protect, ice golem to protect again, because I knew he was going to pop the ability. Miner... I don't actually... Yeah, so I played... I don't know why I played miner there. It was a bit of a weird positioning, really. Sure, just played it on the tower, or like close-ish to the tower. I'm not sure what I was trying to predict, but anyway. Okay, goes lightning. I go balloon opposite lane because he played his evil executioner. He goes Ram Miner, I take it out with the bomb tower. And then, yeah, just ice going for the bandits. Okay, we go in because I have a counter pressure musketeer. I go miner there so I can tank the execution, and I also make the boss miner walk instead of dash. Unfortunately, I don't get a hit, but you know, we get death damage, which is actually like a really important part of this so what's it called, of this matchup, or just matchups in general, getting death damage where you can. Here I knew he was gonna go lightning, so I tried to wait on my on my bomb tower so I don't give him too much value, and I went opposite lane because he went Ram Rider in the back, and I get a hit out of it because of that. He overcommitted too much with the Ram Rider and the Executioner in the same lane, and he also went lightning, so he definitely did not have anything to defend that balloon. I go again. I have a counter pusher musketeer. Again, this is something you'll see over and over again. I have a counter pusher musketeer. I'll go in if it makes sense, or if I'm not down too much to Dexter. I miner the back to distract the Ram Rider, and that's just a good game. On to the next match. Let's see. Miner the tower, yeah. I always like to go miner on the right lane. It's just because I'm right-handed. It's not really a trick, it's just a personal preference. Goes knight, muskie in the back. Could be anything really, could be... Okay, giant. Don't actually remember giant. Giant mini P.E.K.K.A. Right, we're back here in Arena 1. That's quite interesting. Yeah, kite the mini P.E.K.K.A. Muskie helps out on defense. Skeletons is distracted. Yeah, just an easy defense. I think I just go miner here. I don't go balloon because I don't have too much elixir. Did I go opposite lane? Okay, I could have went opposite lane there because he just played wizard and he was low on elixir. Or about 3 or 4 elixir, but yeah, I had a feeling, yeah, that's why I didn't play it, because I had a feeling he has like just minions or some weird counter to the balloon, so I just didn't play it just to be safe. You don't want to be too aggressive with this deck at the start unless you have really good reason to. But anyway, it's just an easy defense, snowball. And barbell, again, counter pushing muskie. Going on offense, he played his wizard and his minions, they're on cycle, so that's why I went in. And yeah, he's like 1 or 2 elixir, and I get 2 hits out of it because I knew what his cycle was, and he wasted all his air counters. Yeah, barbell, take out the evil wizard. It does take out the entire evil wizard if you time it properly. I don't remember this. He's got Sparky. Yeah, this is mid-ladder. Well, not really mid-ladder, but it's you're not gonna face the highest caliber of opponents. That was a really bad Sparky. You just easily take it out, and yeah, just go mine on the tower to start chipping it out. I don't need to get a balloon connection anymore. I just need to defend properly and slowly whittle down the tower. Yeah, okay. I just go evil scullies, take everything out, nice and easy. Muskie in the back. Okay, I go in opposite lane just because he didn't have minions. Again, it's the same thing. Knowing the opponent's cycle is quite important in this deck, or any cycle deck in general. He didn't have minions, he didn't have wizard, at least in his cycle, immediately. So I played the opposite lane just to force something out when he played Sparky in the back, so he can't really build up too much of a big push. He tries to do some split lane pressure, but it's a little bit too late. It's just distract, protect your musketeer, and yeah, just an easy defense. Skeletons distract the mini P.E.K.K.A. And yeah, that's just an easy game. Typical mid-ladder deck, just make sure you have good defense, keep track of their cycle, and go in on offense when they don't have their counters in hand. Okay, on to the next match. Let's see, I don't... yeah, okay, go miner first play. Let's see what he plays. Evil Firecracker. Okay. I have a Pirate Ice Golem in the back, or do I split skeletons? Okay, I split skeletons. Ooh, Lumberloon at the bridge. Okay. So you want to play Bomb Tower. This is how I usually defend. I play Bomb Tower to lure in the... unfortunately, the Firecracker gets a hit there. I play Bomb Tower to lure in the balloon. and then I distract the lumberjack with ground troops. You don't need to actually play the musketeer if you time it properly, but you need to also use a snowball just to prevent the balloon from getting to your tower. I did play the musketeer there because he had a firecracker as well. And yeah, okay, let's just see. He has split scouting with a miner in the back, miner in the back. Don't be afraid to use your miner defensively. It's basically almost not, it was kind of like a knight. You just use it if you need to. I just kite it, and then I try to get a king tower activation here. Do I? Yeah, I do. Musketeer at the back, and then bomb tower up high just to prevent. Okay, unfortunately the lumberjack does go to the tower. I didn't want to play it low just to prevent any splash onto my tower from the firecracker, and to prevent the lumberjack from immediately taking it out. But okay, we go in because again, counter-pressure musketeer. I don't know about that snowball. Luckily the musketeer does survive, so kind of worked out, but it could have been a bit risky, but I wanted to get some damage back because he just spammed the bridge with like 11 elixir or something like that, so it worked out in the end. So now we're up at, we have the damage lead rather, and then we'll just see what he plays. He might play Lumberloon at the bridge, he might play Firecracker on the back. Okay, Dark Prince, yeah, just Ice Golem. Have my bomb tower hovered. Yeah, I knew he was going to play Firecracker. He's going to play something in the middle, so I just went Evo Mosquito. Okay, he plays Fireball and Arrows for the first time. I would have gone in immediately, yeah. He just played 7 Elixir, basically on a almost free Musketeer because it took out the Firecracker. Yeah, and then I just go in, Snowball, easy offense. That's the power of like sort of protecting your Musketeer. If you protect it well, you basically get it for free, and any elixir that any further elixir that they spend on it is elixir out of their potential defense for your offense that you're about to do. I'm not sure what I think I start to get a panicky for some reason, but luckily the snowball was well timed, so it doesn't get death damage on my tower, and Fireball just barely misses. I was about to BM him, but you know, it is what it is. That last game was a bit close, but even if he did get the tower, I would have just been able to go on opposite lane or just balloon the pocket. So it would have been an easy win anyway, but yeah, I got a bit sloppy at the end, but it is what it is. Okay. Royal Ghost at the back, Ice Golem. When I see Royal Ghost, I'm thinking some kind of bridge spam deck. Almost usually, or Balloon, not Balloon, Royal Giant, but I see Bandit, so it's probably a bridge spam deck. So Barbell, see take out the Bandit, I see Heal Spirit, which probably means it's that that Batarang Barbarians Archer Queen bridge spam deck. I don't remember if he has pump in this game or not. Yeah, he does. Okay, so I go in on offense. I wait to have 10 elixir. Oh no, I don't. Okay, so I play Balloon and then I play Miner to take out the elixir collector. He goes Archer Queen. Unfortunately, it does take out the Balloon, but does that get that? It does get death damage, so good. Alright, I think I just Bar Barrel, yeah. Just Bar Barrel to take it out. Usually when they play Elixir Collector, I'll try to go on offense with the Miner, like Balloon plus Miner of some kind, or some sort of combination of that. Just so I can, because he's low on Elixir, and he either has to defend the Miner against the Elixir Collector, he has to defend the Balloon. He can't really do both at the same time. I call them to protect the Musketeer. I was considering going in, but he goes Batarang, so I just go on defense. I'm out of the tower because the Dagger Duchess is low on daggers, and I knew, because he played those arrows, I knew he was low on elixir. Then he played a Bandit straight afterwards. I knew he had to be low on elixir, so that's why I kept spamming the Balloon. He plays an Archer Queen, but it was a bit late. I snowball. Do I get 2 hits? Because no, I played the snowball a bit too late, unfortunately. But I do get a connection out of it because I knew he was low on elixir. So I'm not necessarily tracking exact elixir counts in my head, but it's good to know sort of roughly where your opponent is on elixir. He just played 5 elixir on one lane and just played 6 elixir on defense. So he must have been low on elixir, which is why I went in immediately. Okay, go I go minor on the elixir collector. Sorry, I'm playing catch up now with the voiceover. Go minor on the elixir collector, and then I go on offense because I had a musketeer on the tower, or on the counter push. I almost lose my tower on the right, because he just had a big elixir advantage from that elixir collector. Luckily, I was able to stop everything because I played good defense for the first part of the game. And yeah, it's just now a case of distracting. I thought I messed up my ice golem there, but luckily I didn't. And yeah, this is a decent matchup. You just have to actually have good defense. Okay, and I think, yeah, here I start checking my, because I thought I hit 10,000 trophies, but yeah. Well, I was quite unfortunate, 9,999. Of course, Clash Royale had to do me like that, but you know, you live and you learn, I suppose. Okay, Split Skeletons, he goes Goblin Barrel. We go Snowball. Minor to... This is, again, you'll see I do this quite often. If there's like a skeleton or something like that, I always go minor because if it has to, it forces something out, and it's a bit more pressing than just a minor on its own, because that single skeleton can deal a lot of damage if it gets to the tower. But anyway, we block the Dark Goblin. That placement is where you want to put it, by the way, to give you more time to react to the Dark Goblin instead of just immediately trying to predict it or try and time it exactly right. But that just gives you more time to defend it properly. Yeah, he goes full balls to the walls on the bridge. I snowball. Unfortunately, does get some damage because I had to use my spells on the right lane. But not a bad defense, all things considered. Skeletons or Evo Skeletons on the Prince, and then just a late bar barrel on the Goblin Gang. Yeah, okay. Against bait decks, always have something hovered if they have Princess. Because a lot of the times they'll just go, yeah, see, I'm always hovering something. Because a lot of times they just go Princess is the bridge, and if you react fast enough, you can always block it. Especially since they got nerfed recently-ish. So yeah, I protect the Musketeer from the Prince, I go minor on the Princess. That's always a bit of a risky play, but I knew he was going to be focused on the left-hand lane. So that's why I did that. He does get me, unfortunately. I wasn't really looking at the barrel trajectory, so he does get me with the juke barrel. So you just want to be careful of that in your own games. The way you do it is really just practice. You can sort of roughly tell based on the dimensions of the barrel and the trajectory of where it's going to go. So you just have to keep playing against bait decks, and eventually you just get the hang of it. Okay, Evil Muskie take out the Princess. He didn't have a Goblin Gang in hand, so I wasn't really scared of him trying to block it. Does have Rocket, which I didn't expect because he had Dark Goblin and Princess. But unfortunately, I think if I had played... Yes, yeah, I get the Juke Barrel there. If I had played my minor on time, that rocket wouldn't have... the tower wouldn't have locked onto my balloon, and it wouldn't have taken it out. So just something to be careful, or something to know about. If they have rocket, try and get your minor to try and get your minor to defend, or sorry, block for your balloon. There you go, that's what I was trying to say. Just so you can, because then it forces out more elixir. So I'm having a massive brain fart there for some reason. Anyway, Musketeer, Bomb Tower, Evo Skeletons, clean up, everything should be relatively good and easy defense. Minor, I play minor on the inside tile because I probably should have played it on the inside back tile, so this Princess Splash doesn't get onto the skeletons, but I played it on the inside in case he plays, because they usually play Princess in the middle, and then that way it would just prevent the splash from getting onto the skeletons, and forces out more elixir, which in this case forced out a bug. Okay, so minor, protect Muskie, Evo Barrel, he doesn't really have a tank for it, so I just go on the bar barrel on the lane that I'm trying to protect. It does get a decent amount of damage because I ignore the barrel on the right, but sometimes with this deck you do have to take some damage to go on offense and to not be behind too much on elixir. Yeah, this is quite unfortunate. Yeah, I panic ice stall him there. Prince does get a charge on the tower, and it's a lot closer than I would like it to be. But, oh well. Snowball, go on offense. I tried to relate the Dark Goblin, but he plays it in a decent position, or a good position, so I don't manage to pull that off. Go Balloon again. I go Barbell to take out both the princesses. This is getting a bit close. Luckily, he does use his rocket on on defense, so yeah, I start cycling like hell to try and get to my... And luckily, I do know this is a juke barrel as well. Thankfully, the prince doesn't push off the miner, and I managed to get the tower down. It's a lot closer than I would have liked it to be, but we got there in the end, and there you go, yeah. Celebrations all around. So that was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the matches and learned something new, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.